Good morning, and welcome to Thomas McKean High School's 53rd Commencement. Graduation is a time of joy and celebration for all of the students, their families, and guests. The administration, staff, and students have worked hard to create a meaningful ceremony to celebrate. I ask for your cooperation in preserving the dignity of our commencement program. I would like to review a few housekeeping items prior to the start of the program. At this time, I ask you to please turn off all cell phones and other electronic devices or silence them. Please refrain from making noises that detract from the ceremony and respect that each student deserves when their name's called. All guests want to hear their student's name when it is read, so please do not yell out when your child's name is called for an extended period of time. We especially ask that you have consideration for those towards the end of the alphabet, since their accomplishments are equally important. Your full cooperation is both needed and appreciated. Each student will be professionally photographed. Please do not come onto the floor to take pictures or for any other reason during the ceremony. Please also remember to keep the aisles free and clear. Be considerate of your fellow audience members. Thank you, and to begin our ceremony, I ask Class of 2019 President, Student Government Treasurer, and avid senior, Ms. Talia Desir, to come to the podium and lead us in our salute to the American flag. At this time, would everyone please rise to salute our flag as we do our Pledge of Allegiance and our choir sings the national anthem. And here is Talia Desir to lead us in the pledge to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I direct your attention to the award-winning McKean Choir as they sing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Shines and bright.
Before I begin introductions, I would like families who may be interested in our senior tribute slideshow that we intend to post that file to our school website so that you can access it at your convenience. We have many dignitaries and special guests with us on the platform and in our audience that I would like to introduce to you. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized. From Red Clay Central Office, Superintendent of Red Clay and Mr. Darrell Green. Director, Secondary School Operations, Mr. Samuel L. Golder. Director of Special Services, Dr. Sarah Celestin. Members from our school board, Mr. Jason Casper. Mr. Jose Matthews. Ms. Ashley E. Sabo. And Mr. Martin A. Wilson, Sr. Honored guest, Mr. Devon Taylor, Sr. Honored guest, Mrs. Amy Frazier. McKean High School Teacher of the Year for 2019, Ms. Rebecca Sheehan. Meadowood High School Teacher of the Year in 2019, Mr. Brian McCardle. And McKean High School Teacher of the Year 2018, Ms. Holly Schnicker. Thank you to everyone, and thank you for being with us today. At this time, I ask everyone to welcome School Board Member Ms. Ashley Sabo to the podium.
Good morning, class of 2019. Ever since you started school way back in kindergarten, you've been working towards today, the culmination of your high school career. The culmination is not the end, however. It's the climax of the story, the crowning achievement thus far. But you have so much more to come and to be excited about. Today, you are closing one chapter of your life and starting another. You may not always remember what a covalent bond is, or who Pythagoras was, or what his theorem is, or where the American Revolutionary War started, or that Romeo was a Montague. But the things you have learned the past 13 years will be the foundation for your future. As you set out for further education, military service, or employment, and the countless unknown adventures that await you, you may not always remember the equation for the circumference of a circle, or whether you use a comma or a semicolon to separate two independent clauses. Always remember the things you learned back in your earliest days as a student, the things you learned in kindergarten, because these are the essential tools you need to carry with you at all times. Remember to share everything, success and failure alike. Some of the greatest lessons and opportunities in life come from failure or loss and our ability to rise every time. Play fair. Others may play dirty, but do not let them drag you into the mud. Be kind. Kindness, no matter how small, is never a waste of time. Clean up your own mess. In life, you will make mistakes. Take ownership and work to fix those mistakes. Don't pass blame or make excuses. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. We're humans. We say dumb things. We hurt people. But always remember to say you're sorry. It comes with taking ownership of our mistakes. Today, you'll receive a diploma, a huge accomplishment you should be incredibly proud of. But the turning of your tassel is not the end. As 17 and 18-year-olds, you may think you have everything planned out for where you want to go in life, but be willing to allow detours and side trips on your journey. I stood at my high school graduation with a plan I had set in motion and a vision for how things would turn out in life. I stand here today and can say most everything I planned has not gone as expected. I did not plan on having a child with special needs. I did not expect to face significant health concerns. I planned on having my dad around much longer than I did, and I certainly didn't expect to go back to school in my mid-30s for a career change. But I have learned abundantly more than ever expected because of these detours and side trips. Class of 2019, as Confucius said, wherever you go, go with all your heart. Congratulations and enjoy life's journey.
Thank you, Ms. Savo. Please direct your attention to our Highlander Choir for their performance of Rise Up.
Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out.
The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Mountains, bring it to its feet.
That was just beautiful. Thank you very much, choir. At this time, I ask everyone to welcome Superintendent of Red Clay, Mr. Darrell Green, to the podium.
Good morning, class of 2019. On behalf of the Red Clay Consolidated School District, members of the school board, district leadership, staff, educators, we say welcome. Welcome to our parents, families, and guests. More importantly, welcome class of 2019 to the rest of your life. I will be brief in my remarks because we are here to celebrate and recognize this milestone in your life's journey. With that being said, again, we want to observe the ceremony with dignity. To our graduates, in the mortal words of Kendrick Lamar, sit down and be humble. Humility is a virtue, a state of being that will open doors for you while expanding your ability to connect to a world with purpose and meaning. Now that you have reached this stage in life, your parents, family members, friends, teachers, future bosses, professors, drill sergeants, whomever, and wherever you choose to go in life will have an expectation of you. And that expectation is to lead. Lead a life that has purpose and meaning in service of others, and a life that is motivated not by material, but rather fulfillment. Let me leave you with 5 quick principles that I believe if you master at least one, you'll be well on your way to navigating a life with purpose and fulfillment. The first, humility gives you the capacity to lead out of a position of power. Too often, humility is viewed as weakness. It's actually an incredible strength. First, it's a choice. That's the difference between being humiliated and being humble. When you're humiliated, it tends to be a negative experience. It's usually at the hands of someone else. But when you choose to be humble, you're choosing not to look or think less of yourself, but to think of yourself less and put others first. That choice makes all the difference. Number 2, humility makes you persuasive. As you go out and try to conquer the world, you're going to have to persuade people to support you, believe in your dream, and give you opportunities. It's now your true reality. So as you shape and influence the world, you will have to persuade people to unite to make your vision a reality. Humility creates trust, loyalty, it gives you buy-in and enthusiasm as you go out in the world. Third, humility gives us the courage to set aside personal gain for the good of others. Fourth, humility breeds honesty. When you receive criticism, don't take it personal, take it constructively. We all heard the saying, no pain, no gain. How hard are you willing to work to get the most out of life without shortcuts, cutting yourself short, or cutting others off? Remember your integrity, morals, ethics, and the work that you put in to get to this point. And finally, humility feeds knowledge and growth. A humble person will ask for help. They will ask for directions when they're lost. Help others find their way. So, I implore you to seek out mentors. Look to give back to help others. Be in service wherever your journey leads you. Don't lose sight of the people, the principles, and the process that have helped you reach this point. Your experiences will shape your perspective that will determine your actions. Show me your friends, and I will show you your future. Humility is a reality check, and as you officially head into the real world, sit down and be humble. I pray you find much success and abundant joy out of life. Class of 2019, I salute you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Green. Would you please welcome the Highlander Choir for their final performance today? They will be singing our very own My Heart's in the Highlands. One of my favorites. Thank you, choir. At this time, I would like to welcome our first speaker to the stage, class of 2019 Student Government President, Ms. Jasmine Page.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Page, Senior Vice Class President and Student Government President, and it is a pleasure to be with you this morning. Athletics at McKean has been a huge part of our school's culture and provides an important extra level of support for many of our students. Even though I want to discuss the impact that sports has made on our graduates and how our graduates have improved McKean athletics, the lesson I've learned are more universal for all of us. How has the class of 2019 impacted the athletics at McKean in the past 4 years? 20 students have played their sport at McKean for all 4 years, and many of them have played multiple sports for all 4 years. These student athletes only aren't successful on the field, but in the classroom as well. Many of them ranking in the top 20% of their class. Some athletes even take the time to do their sport year-round. On average, the typical McKean athlete spends an additional 169 hours on their sport over 2 to 3 months, including practices and games. Some athletic accomplishments earned by McKean class of 2019 include: our Valedictorian and Salutatorian went to states for swimming. The girls' basketball team has dramatically improved over the last 4 years, challenging for a playoff spot 2 years in a row. Our football team has their most successful season in recent years. Our seniors have even earned multiple honors, including all conference and all state recognitions. Our unified flag football team went to the state tournament. 5 athletes represented their sports this year in the prestigious Blue Gold Games, and many of our athletes participate in Special Olympics and unified sports as well. In addition, this year, 2 student athletes will extend their athletic career in college. My teammate and I are continuing to play field hockey at the collegiate level, and I hope to see many other McKean students in the future play at the collegiate level. Without the help of our coaches, teachers, athletic directors, athletic trainers, and our teammates, none of this would be possible for the class of 2019 to make such an impact on athletics at McKean. I am very grateful to have been a part of McKean athletics. So the lessons I've learned from being part of the sports at McKean is that the most important thing is to be involved, and more than just what's going on in the class or just what's going to work. We all win when more folks get involved. Thank you, Thomas McKean High School, for really making my 4 years as a field hockey and softball athlete the most memorable years of all this 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. Next, I would like to invite Jacqueline Frazier, class of 2019 Salutatorian.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Frazier, and I'm excited to see you all here today. I've struggled when it came to writing this speech. Anything I thought to say seemed too personal, but I've come to the conclusion that the experiences I originally deemed too personal are what makes McKean so special. We all know McKean is a small school, but it's because it's small that we have developed strong and interactive relationships with our teachers, classmates, teammates, and friends. I could stand here and tell you about just my achievements, but I'd rather use this time to highlight some of yours. Some of you developed confidence, whether it was gaining the confidence to play a sport, present in front of others, or even just to push yourself to go out and make friends. Many of you noted that developing confidence helped you do things that made these last 4 years memorable. Some of you learned that even if one person leaves our lives, either by choice or by unfortunate circumstances, it didn't mean that you were alone. And with the help of the teachers and peers, you were able to move on and advance towards moving forward with your lives and the achievement of your dreams. On the opposite side, some of you brought someone into your life and experienced the gift of becoming a parent, an admirable accomplishment, but even more impressive considering you didn't push aside your goals or dreams and chose to continue your education. You are standing here today due to your strong drive and once again the support of teachers, friends, and family. Finally, some of you discovered what it truly means to get an education and be accepted into a college. There are many people in this room that are the first of their family to go to a college, and for a few, the first of their family to even just finish high school. Getting an education is not easy, and the fact that all of us are here today, moments away from receiving our diploma, is a great accomplishment. It has been 4 years since we first became Highlanders. What we thought was a long time really comes down to just 720 days. And if we, as a class, can achieve all these things and overcome so much in just 720 days, I can't imagine all that we can and will accomplish with the rest of our lives. I wish you all the best with your future plans, and to all the teachers that are here today, thank you, because without you, we truly would not be who and where we are today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Next, I would like to invite Miss Lillian Frazier, class of 2019's valedictorian, to the stage.
Good morning, friends, family, teachers, administrators, and of course, class of 2019. I almost didn't recognize you without polos and khakis. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lily Frazier, but if you guessed the other Jackie, that's close enough. 4 years is a weird amount of time. It is long enough that the thought feels like forever, but short enough that time seems to fly. During these past 4 years, I've learned the necessary academics, but I've also learned valuable life lessons that I will forever be thankful for, and these things come not from textbooks, but from the fellow students and teachers I've had the blessing of meeting. Now, I'd like to share with you all a few of these lessons. From Ms. Stokes, I've learned to always stand up for my beliefs and values, even if no one thinks the same. From Ms. Schnicker, the importance of inclusivity and kindness. And from Mr. Reeves and the marching band, I've grown to be disciplined and driven. No matter how small the task may seem or the group you're in may be, it is important to have self-respect in your work. Similarly, from the cheer team, I've learned to be confident and fearless. Mr. Humphrey has taught me the importance of seeing both sides of every argument. As I'm sure most of you remember, he's big on playing devil's advocate in his class, and while at the time it may have seemed incredibly frustrating, now I value that lesson in taking a step back and seeing the bigger picture. The most important lessons I've learned have come from my fellow classmates, all of you. You have gifted me with patience and tolerance, empathy, and a sense of belonging. Throughout these past 4 years, I've noticed that us Highlanders have a lot of pride. Pride in the work we do, and the pride in the place we call school, and rightfully so. Class of 2019, we have many things to be proud of, from high activity involvement to academic awards. I know that the future is bright for everyone in here. So as I wrap this up, I'd like to leave you with a quintessential part of all graduation speeches, a quote. This quote is from Nelson Mandela, who said, "May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears." As we take our next steps into the future, I hope these thoughts are helpful in guiding the actions and choices you make. I wish everyone luck in all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
A big thank you to our 3 brave student speakers for sharing their Highlander pride and appreciation for their high school experience. We're very proud of your accomplishments and wish you all many successes. Graduates, since this is our last time together as a group, I'd like to start off the way we have started most of our gatherings. An audience, please feel free to join in. It's a great day to be a... It truly is. Today, I'd like to explore the question, what opportunities make a McKean graduate ready for tomorrow's world? But first, some words of caution, because the world can be a scary place sometimes. If you watch the news, either the real or the fake news, then it might be easy to worry and feel despair about our country's, about our world's future. From school shootings and gun violence in our neighborhoods, to how immigrants are treated, to climate change and to racism. Yet I still have hope in a better and brighter future, in a large part because of McKean's class of 2019. We heard earlier in our student speeches that many of the amazing student accomplishments and obstacles that some seniors have had to overcome. I'd like to focus on the opportunities that have helped McKean graduates grow. For the past 3 years, McKean adopted a motto that captures our school-wide expectations. We are McKean, where the A stands for achievement, the R stands for responsibility, and the E stands for empathy. We even turned it into a chant. I say we are, and you finish with McKean. Let's try. We are. All McKean students have had the opportunity to experience achievement through earning good grades, scholarships, honors, and awards. But sometimes achievement looks different. Playing a sport for the first time, learning a new language, joining any extracurricular activity, making the honor roll for the first time, being the first person in your family to apply to and accepted to college. The class of 2019 took advantage of so many of these opportunities to experience achievement. We are. Showing responsibility certainly includes following rules and doing what is expected. Each and every one of you were responsible enough to earn the required 24 credits to graduate. Through our expansion of our career and technical education programs, McKean has increased opportunities for our students to get on-the-job experience while earning high school credits. And the far majority of you have current jobs or have worked at some point during your high school career, developing a strong work ethic and showing responsibility. We are. Experienced achievements and showing responsibility helps McKean graduates prepare for tomorrow's world. However, I think what has helped our graduates the most to improve our world are opportunities to develop and express empathy towards others. Because we are so diverse, McKean students constantly have opportunities to interact with students of other genders, different races, a variety of sexual orientations, different intellectual levels, and different countries of origin. Through showing greater empathy, we can bind together rather than tear apart. McKean senior Eric Moreno recently wrote, "When you see others fall, don't laugh, learn." I believe Eric means we will all fall and fail at times in our lives, so try to learn from the mistakes of others rather than make fun of those mistakes, because eventually we may make those same mistakes. Eric's quote challenges us all to be more empathetic. We are. I'll end with a quote from President Abraham Lincoln. He challenged us when he asked, "Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?" I'm going to repeat that. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? McKean's class of 2019, I challenge